Hey, my ordinary anglers. Hey, I don't know. Thought I'd do a review of the press release by Major League Fishing about the BFLs, just to reiterate and go over some things if you didn't catch it on the other video. Here we go. Are you ready? Now, a lot of changes. We'll do this kind of quick, but there's going to be 6 regionals. They're going back to 4 divisions fishing each regional. They've lowered the entry fees on both the boater and the co-angler. So the entry fees for the boater are going to be $200. The entry fees for co-angler is going to be $100. So that equals like a payback on 100 boats for the boater. Be around, it would be $4,000, and 200 boats would be $7,750. So that's on the boater's payback on those runs. Okay, on the co-angler side, if you have 100 boats, it'd be $2,000 payback for first place, and on 200 boats it'd be $3,875 on first place. It's 20% of the field. The minimum payback of the least place is going to be $250 for boaters and $125 for co-anglers. The super tournament's going to have on 100 boats, the paybacks would be $6,000, and on a 200 would be $11,450 on a super tournament payback, which is pretty good. The co-anglers would be $3,000 on 100 boats in a super tournament, and on 200 boats it'd be $5,725. Now, the winner, you go to the regional. The winner is going to be an 819 Phoenix boat with a 200 horsepower engine. And the co-angler on the winner would be a 518 Phoenix with a 115 horse engine. And the least place on a regional would be $450 on the boater side, and I believe $225 on the co-angler side, and that's the last places. So that's the minimum. Of course, everybody's heard now that you're going to be limited to 3 hours of usage continuously on forward-facing sonar. Looks to be like that's going to get policed with the use of the co-angler, and I don't know. I guess that's the only way I see it now. In other words, like if you get to your first fishing spot and it's 8 o'clock and you turn on forward-facing sonar, you got till 11 a.m. and then figure out. I would not advise having to do a lot of running. If you need to use your forward-facing sonar, you're going to be going to an area where you first, you're not planning on leaving for a little bit, or be in the general areas of where you're going to go if you do have to crank up and run somewhere. But an attempt is being made by Major League Fishing to improve things. To the top 7 of each regional goes to the All-American, which pays $100,000 and $20,000 if you're running a Phoenix boat for the Phoenix bonus. See the requirements for the Phoenix issue. I don't know how year model Phoenix you have to run or whatever. There may be some stipulations there to qualify. So before I'd make sure about that. But anyway, fall's here, and another thing too, I have a promotion. If you'll go to my website, ordinaryangleroutdoors.com, if you use 5-hour energy, which I do, and I use it, and there's nothing I won't ever promote on my website or with me unless I recommend something that I use myself or I think's a good product for my subscribers. So anyway, and then here's the next thing. Oh, and the code, go to the website, the discount code is Michael15, all caps, 15. That's the discount code, so it's cheaper than buying in the convenience stores and have them ready and iced down in your ice chest. That's how I do mine. But anyway, you notice the Ultimate Angler, $500,000, won by Tucker Smith. Well, why can't this break the ice for all of us of what we've wanted for years, ladies and gentlemen? Why can't Lowrance have an Ultimate Lowrance Championship and do the same thing? Or Minn Kota, or Humminbird, or Strike King. You could make a Grand Slam. You could have the sponsors. Okay, I've been brainstorming. You could have the sponsors do the same thing. Put out, look, $1 million in advertising to a sponsor is a drop in the bucket. They spend a lot of money advertising, okay? So why on earth wouldn't they promote having a big tournament like the Ultimate Angler in Alabama on Gunnersville? Well, let's just say they decide to promote an Ultimate Lowrance Angler Championship, and you have to run a Lowrance product in your boat. Hey, same thing. Guess what? Guess how many people's going to be buying Lowrance units to try to qualify to go fish an Ultimate Angler in first place, being $500,000. So possibly, just throwing that out there to you sponsors out there, to maybe Strike King or many of the big bait companies, Yamamoto Baits, Rapala, the Rapala Ultimate Championship, and hey, maybe it's just something that's happened that's a good thing that started this for the pro fishing community, for us to have a chance to make big money and afford to fish, which that's not happened for a long time. Even since 2010, FLW had big money in tournaments, and it's kind of dropped off. But hopefully, maybe this lights a fire and opens some sponsors to, maybe let's do something good here and promote that. Anyway, just throwing that out there. This is Mike Quattrone, your ordinary angler, and good fishing. Like and subscribe. Go check out your discount for 5-hour energy. Hey, I love everybody.